Masirite Ministry National about Overtate and Immigration and Citizen Services. Norton got Dr. Abelio Kipsangole Makinge, Kibagenge Norton, Chipkondoga, Dotan Gomilionisek, and one interview in about Kibondoga. Passports actually Kaplan in Kenyatin about Elfusio going act to Temaglo, Elfusio going act to Tem Act 7. Kongaloli in a gang with the title of a committee, about Ripsit in a Bagalit in Bunga Babura. Koma Belio, Kole Makingera Bisachot and Gosupiang Nokote Saga. Koite Tabi Makinge Bondo in emeta minigista serikali rabise kyata chebo kibondoga kates kipsangole tinye serikali tetuti kibago gergole kanyor lagak bar certificates eni moni amayen liwane tage tugela legore tage ngene bage chuch kai metap ke ne babi konyor chige bar certificate ko wendi serikali go glum doite tuti tene ba e notification olni tanna ko chakinge anain kastane go sichla ko gen sipitali agesha maisha number en kasata nego gisiche.
Given the increasing numbers of demand on ID, we require an additional 2.4 billion shillings. On the digital IDs ecosystem, we require 894 million shillings so that we can be able to support the system that has already been developed. On supplies of passports, we have a deficit of 182 million shillings. On supplies of ID production, we have a shortfall of 280 million shillings. And on the Shirika plan, we have a shortfall of 878 million shillings, bringing it to a total of 4,688,000,046. Birth certificates being critical identification documents. And the other documentation, identification documents, which is the ID, having been made to be free, our cabinet secretary is already in consultation with his colleague in National Treasury and other arms of government to see if these charges on the birth certificate can be ceased, just like we have ceased in the IDs. As part of the solution to reducing on the difficulties that Kenyans are facing on getting birth certificate is that going forward, we are launching a system that we are calling e-notification of births, so that when a child is born in the hospital, then notification is done at the hospital level electronically. When that notification is done electronically, we have just finishing on a system. We have just finished a system that now the e-notification will lead to an automation of generation of what we call unique passports.
En kasaratan gamach kando ile sap ko nyigen county ne boy lege omara kwet Caroline ngile che ministry natan bo immigration ko ger gole kamit tilyandi tnemye en ke bebertane bo go chine tra birth certificate age bondoga semanyor ga emet ap ke bigap emet kastane makinge passport en moyat kole yebune uindo en kastane makinge passport ko bendi emot no ke basangam len kamastanin kando ile tra ba ko nyigen county ne bala ko liza chelule ko moy gole magaten bigap emet ko gerole kanyor ga ko yetan I
think you need to find a way of sensitizing the communities through radio, vernacular radios or any other radio. You take a program of almost 2 months to make Kenyans understand exactly what is happening.
Since 2008, when it became a requirement for every standard 8 child to register with a birth certificate, the ministry has failed to advise the children or the parents on how it works, because you find that somebody uses a birth certificate to sit for KCPE and KCSE. That is a birth certificate for standard 8 and form 4. And then when that person goes for ID, somehow they want to reduce their age, or somehow they want to change their names, and knowing that the birth certificate that was originally used is required, they now go for late registration. Mr. Mwangemi understands what it does. Somebody presents themselves to birth certificate and they said I was born at home, not hospital. So they are generated a different birth certificate with a different entry number. And this person goes ahead in the same ministry to secure an ID, whereby you should have married your ID and the birth certificate before, just the way the Ministry of Education has done. So that particular person, and I've had a case which I've been following up. The director for NRB knows that I followed up until yesterday when somebody had to go and correct the ID to the proper age. So when this person goes for the passport now, they present the birth certificate that they used to acquire the ID. But then they are told, no, we need the birth certificate that you used to sit for the examination. And they become two different birth certificates. So this person will have to go back and do a correction of the ID because they'll not do a correction of the birth certificate, and of course it is not correctable. So this is a complication that we need to have a sitting together, Mr. Pierce, and you should take it seriously because so many people outside